Joining us now is Pennsylvania's senior Senator Bob Casey. He serves on the Senate Finance Committee, the Intelligence Committee, and is now running for re-election to the United States Senate. Senator, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I know fentanyl is a serious issue for you and in Pennsylvania. What was your reaction to what the president said today about the agreement he achieved with China on this?
Yeah, Lawrence, thanks very much. I've been urging the president to focus on this. I'm glad he did, because in our state of Pennsylvania, just last year, more than 5,000 people died of drug overdoses, and 4,000 of the 5,000 were directly attributable to fentanyl. So it's a killer in Pennsylvania, and I'm glad that we're focused on it in this engagement with China. But I want to see the proof. I want to see the enforcement of what China apparently promised in this summit.
Yeah, and that's where the president was asked about that very question by one of the reporters, and that's where he used the old Ronald Reagan phrase, trust but verify.
Yeah, I think that's the right approach, because we've seen China in so many instances cheat on deals and cheat on trade and really undermine jobs in a state like Pennsylvania. So we have to, and I think it's clear to me at least that China isn't simply some competitor. They're an economic adversary. And I think we should just be clear-eyed about that when it comes to a range of issues. And by the way, Lawrence, this can be a big issue in my campaign. I'm running against someone who, when he was running the biggest hedge fund in the world, increased investments in China in just 5 years by more than 100,000%. And this is the candidate handpicked by Mitch McConnell. So I hope that if folks want to help us in this campaign, they'll go to bobcasey.com.
Well, it sounds like you're running against a China expert of sorts, but perhaps not the kind of expertise in dealing with China that you'd be hoping for.
No, and I think that a lot of these candidates who talk tough on China don't really have a record of standing up to China. And in this case, we got a candidate on the Republican side, as I said, picked by Mitch McConnell, who has not only invested in China, but obviously made money doing that. And he's going to use that money to try to knock me out. But we're ready for this campaign. It's going to be a long, tough one, but we're going to win.
Senator, I know you have the vote coming up tonight to continue funding the government. Do you expect that to go smoothly?
I think it will, Lawrence. And I think it's a good result to not just have no government shutdown, but also not to have any cuts like Republicans wanted across the board. In fact, the vote we're taking now is a similar attempt by Republicans to once again try to slash the cost of government by doing it on the backs of the most vulnerable. So we're going to defeat this, and then after this, we'll pass the resolution. So it's a good result for the country.
Senator, you have that county map of Pennsylvania behind you, as you always do when you join us, especially when you're explaining to us how elections are going in Pennsylvania. What would you want to tell Joe Biden tonight about running with you, as he will be, in Pennsylvania next year?
Well, he knows the state pretty well, but I think both the presidential race and my re-election campaign will be very close. So we have to work hard to earn every vote and get our vote out, but we're ready for it.
Senator Bob Casey, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you.